Hello YouTube. This is a response kind of to Matthew Segal, and looks like the cycle is restarting in a sense, and I really didn't expect to be making this video, but I feel like I need to. I think it's very significant. I just typed Aurobindo into YouTube. Imagine that I would wait until after I did a video on it to do that. And answer B is an old video by Matt Segal from May 7th of 2007, before I created my YouTube channels, one of them that I hadn't watched yet. And it is on Sri Aurobindo. And so, yeah, interesting coincidence, not at all a surprise. It's a little disturbing considering all the coincidences that I've had to deal with for the past week or so, but I think it can be summed up in this one phrase from this part that Matt quoted. The will to escape from a cosmic necessity, because it is arduous, difficult to justify by immediate tangible results, slow in regulating its operations, must turn out eventually to have been no acceptance of the truth of nature, but a revolt against the secret, mightier will of the Great Mother. And I think this is key. I think this is definitely a key feature, a chief feature. And in this video, I think I had messaged Matt a few days ago and asked him his opinion about the nature of consciousness, and as it relates to the manifestation of the material world from consciousness. In other words, does consciousness create matter? Is basically the question I'd asked him. And I think that in The Life Divine, I think that's the name of the book that you're reading from here, Matt. I think that Sri Aurobindo treats that issue, and I think I don't know if that is, I don't know if that's your stance on it, what you read, Matt. But there's a few things that I would like to say about this, and I beseech you, I challenge you, to see the reason behind this reading. In other words, I challenge you to understand why you read it. Not just that you read it. Not just what it says. Which I question. I honestly question whether you understand what you read completely. And of course, you know, we may not ever have two identical perspectives on something, but I'm wondering if what you read is actually what you were thinking. So in other words, if you go back and look at what you read, you can kind of tell from the expressions on your face, at least I could, that some of the stuff that you were reading was coming out, it was coming through you. And this is significant. The fact that we do these things, that this is the meta level, this is the supermind, what Aurobindo refers to as the supermental state, this state where the cosmic necessity expresses itself through you, and you in a sense are the vessel or the voice of that Great Mother, for example. He says in this, that is this Vedantic understanding that he's referring to, from the Vedas. And I really challenge you to watch this again and respond to this, and respond to it with this question. The question is, do you believe that consciousness creates matter? Why or why not? Why or why not do you believe that consciousness creates matter? In other words, our consciousness creates the material world. Is that what's going on? And I'm not trying to lead you. I'm honestly asking the question. When I asked you that question on instant messaging the other day, I was struggling with that. I was personally struggling with that question because of things that had happened to me. Because of things that I couldn't explain that were happening to me. That seemed like coincidences that were so incredible that I was trying to excuse it by saying, oh, well, the only way this could be possible is I must have somehow created this. And that book is that. When I found that book, that was the dilemma that I was having. I was having the dilemma. Did I create this book? I asked one of my friends on instant messaging. You weren't available, and I asked one of my friends on instant messaging, and I'm like, I'm losing it. I'm totally losing it. Did I create this book? Because this book expressed my transcendental understanding of the Vedas. And so, and you know, there's a lot of contention about what they mean. There's a lot of contention about in the various translations, especially of the Rig and the Harva Veda. And Sri Aurobindo, I think he's nailed it. I think he understood it. And you know, obviously this guy was very, very, very plugged in, connected, and so I'm trying to figure out these issues, and I'm working with them personally. But at the same time, I'm not convinced that our consciousness creates the material world. I think there's a relationship between it, but I'm not really sure exactly what it is. And I think that Aurobindo probably is expressing that here, and I'm tempted to have faith in what he says, but at the same time, I'm more of a scientist type, and so I have to go off of what I can empirically or rationally conclude, and what is in the Vedas is rational. It's not a religious text. It's a text of knowledge. It's a text of information and understanding that is ancient about the nature of energy and light and the earth and its manifestation and the heavens. And so that's why I study it. That's why that's one of the reasons I created astrophotometry as a sort of bridge between the scientific world and this other what some people would consider metaphysical, but metaphysical in the sense that it describes physics. It describes the nature of physics rather than metaphysical in the sense that it is not accessible. And so there's a I don't like the way that the word metaphysical has been turned, because if you take the word meta and you take the word physics, metaphysics should be something that is a description of what physics is, or a study of physics as a broader phenomenon. And I think that's what physics should be. But that's not what the term has been defined as in our modern culture. But anyway, interested to hear what you have to say about this, and this is just too weird. And I just wanted to add one thing. Matt, forget about the yellow. Indigo is really your color.